Pisces, welcome to your weekly tarot reading. Let's get started and see what messages we have for Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week ahead. Keeping in mind that these are general readings and may not resonate for everyone. So make sure to check out your other placements to see if there are messages there. And if you've been interested or wanting a personal reading, have a look at the description below because I am offering a promotion for the month of May. So it's a good time to get a reading if you've been wanting one. All right, my friends, let's get started for Pisces. What is the energy around Pisces for the week ahead? Ooh, transformation, Pisces. First card out is the Death card. So you're going through a significant transformation, Pisces. Something in your life is shifting. And as it shifts, it's going to lead you to a new beginning or a transformed sort of path that you're on now. The path that you're on now. Sorry, I'm just noticing something on my card. Something is shifting to create space so that there will be the opportunity for something new around you very soon. Wow, and it's coming out in the upright. So let's have a look and see what obstacles there may be to this transformation. What is crossing or blocking this? We got two cards. Oh, interesting. Look at that. Page of Rods in reverse with the Star card. So what that tells me, Pisces, is that your transformation is sort of being blocked a little bit here, or not blocked, but it's almost like seeing the Star card tells me that whatever is shifting in your life is going to require you to really focus on what you desire. And by focusing really on what you desire, you're more likely to go along with the transformation because it feels related. I actually think what the true obstacle is this Page of Rods in reverse, because that tells me that there may be a message or some kind of sign that you're not seeing right now that could be trying to show you how to really prepare, or kind of how to see this transformation as deep as it is. You know what I mean? Like, it's an interesting combination of cards, because to me, when I see the Page of Wands in reverse, I often, without sort of offending anybody, I often say, allow things to happen. Don't get stuck in having a bit of a tantrum because things aren't going exactly how you thought. And that's where I see the obstacle, is that you may be trying to make things line up in the way that you see them in your mind. But I think something far greater than that is transforming here for you, Pisces. Like, the Page of Wands in reverse can be, it doesn't have to necessarily be a tantrum, okay? But it can be. It can be when we get so frustrated that things aren't going the way we imagined them, that we freak out. We have a little bit of a tantrum. We might get angry. We might get frustrated. We might start to sort of give up. But it can also sort of be having angst, right? Like, sort of, when people scream out at their creator and say, why? Like, why can't I have what I want? Or why can't I do what I desire? And it can be this idea of sort of being too hot-headed, too much angst, trying to control things too much. There may even be a lot of limited beliefs here. And I feel like that's coming out with the Star, because you're trying to create something. You're trying to grow something and create something. And as you're trying to do that, you may be trying to control it too much. You know what I mean? And so it's an interesting grouping of cards, because it kind of feels like all you have to do is allow this transformation to happen without trying to control it, and without getting frustrated about how it shows up for you. You know what I mean? That's the other energy I'm feeling, is that, when we pray for an answer, we can't be angry when that prayer is answered and we're just not happy with how it got answered. You know what I mean? Like, it's very interesting. Sometimes we really have to trust that it could be better than we even imagined if we just surrender and allow these transformative moments to happen as they do without trying to control it. Like, I'm almost thinking of a certain conversation I had with someone recently where they said, but that's not how I wanted it to happen. And I'm like, yes, but it happened. And they were like, yeah, but not in the way I wanted. I'm like, yeah, but the outcome happened. You know what I mean? And back and forth. But very interesting seeing the Wheel of Fortune come out. So again, this is sort of an energy of trusting this forward momentum, even if you don't feel like you're in control of how things happen. This feels like a how situation. Like, I don't like how it's happening, or I don't like how it happened, or I want it to happen exactly like this. And it's sort of like the Wheel of Fortune is giving you the outcome, you know, but it may be coming in a form that you didn't expect or that you're not in control of. So let's keep going. These three cards I could talk about for a while. Just this combination and their placements is very interesting. Let's see, what's top of mind for Pisces right now? Yeah, Pisces, so intriguing. Look, there's the Page of Swords with the Knight of Swords in reverse and the Five of Cups. So what's top of mind for you, it feels like, is that you desire change, but on your terms. On your terms. And that's why this Knight of Swords is in reverse, because it feels to me like you may be wanting change, but on your own terms. Like, you don't want it to change in any way except this one way. And that's one possibility, one potential out of a sea of a billion. So it's interesting. Like, sometimes that's why I think people will often guide us by saying, don't be too attached to the process and don't focus so much on the outcome. Just go along the journey and then allow the outcome to be the one that shows up, right? And trust that it is the one that's in your highest good. But I don't think you're not flowing in that way right now. Seeing the Page of Swords here tells me that there is a message coming through for you that could be, so sort of could create a very inspired idea, something that you have a sort of a light bulb moment about, or, you know, you start to understand something based on sort of this message that you receive. And again, seeing two pages, so you're really just at the very, very beginning of something. It's almost forming molecule by molecule right now. And there's this part of you that might be like, but I don't want it that way. I want it on my terms. And you might be feeling sort of let down a little bit here when I see this combination of cards with how things move. Again, this reading really feels like it's a how reading. Like, you're being challenged because of how things are happening, coming up or right now. You might be feeling like the timing isn't right, or the outcome isn't the one you wanted. You might be sort of frustrated. Again, seeing that frustration in the Knight of Swords and in that Page of Wands, it's very interesting. It feels like you could be a little impatient, or unfocused with your energy right now, because it really feels like you're very attached to a certain way of things and a certain outcome of things. And that Five of Cups is almost sitting there saying you're going to be disappointed because you're too attached to the outcomes. So don't feel like almost bad for yourself if things work out in a way that you wasn't the outcome that you were so attached to. That's why it's good to not be attached to outcomes and just keep moving along the path, doing what feels right for you without sort of being like, and this is what I'm going to get at the end. It's almost like that's what's causing this frustration, is that attachment to outcome. Yeah, Eight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So sort of leaving that kind of stuff leaving that, like leaving things that don't serve you anymore, and being attached to the outcome here feels like it's not serving you, Pisces. So interesting. I hope this is making sense. It's making sense to me, but I'm actually even just like, I feel like I can't find the right words to describe this to you. Let's see, what's driving all of this? What's at the root of this for Pisces? Okay, Two of Pentacles. So priorities, focus, where are you putting your attention, right? Like, where are you putting your attention and your focus? Where are you investing your time? Are you balancing things, or are you feeling on one hand that you've got all these obligations and responsibilities, and on the other hand you've got the things that really make you feel in alignment? So you're needing to sort of find harmony and balance between those two things. And I can't help but feel like this Two of Pentacles is sort of guiding you to find that equilibrium and harmony, but is also guiding you to sort of not be attached to a certain outcome, in that you've got your energy and you can invest your energy wherever you want. And so it almost feels like you've got to decide, or that you're sort of deciding between your material life and your spiritual life, or your time with others versus your time with yourself, or this idea of being attached to outcomes or not being attached to outcomes. So trusting that all is well, and that if I just keep doing what I'm doing, things are gonna change their shape. Like, as I change within, things on the outside change. Or not trusting that and being like, no, it has to look like this for me to feel like this. Like, it's almost like there's two, you're being guided almost to bring balance to how much of this you're trying to control at this time. And that there may be a part of you that's really attached to a certain outcome. Look at that. In the past, we're seeing the Five of Wands. So I think that in the past you were busy comparing yourself to others, or maybe consulting with other people to understand yourself, and finding that it was just a big conflict. A lot of egos here in the Five of Wands, battling it out. And the interesting thing about the fives in general, you've got two of them here, is that they do signal a turning point. So there is a turning point here for you. And I think you faced a turning point in the past as well, which may have led to this new journey that you're on in the present. And now you're at another turning point where it's like, it almost feels like you've set out a lot of intentions through that Star card, and you're really attached to them now. And you're like, well, if this doesn't happen, then I'm just pissed off, and that sort of pissed off energy is really shining through that Page of Rods and the Knight of Swords. Like, you're just impatient. You're like, it has to be now, and it has to look like this. And I think that that's rooted in this idea of comparing yourself to others. Like, saying statements like, I won't be happy until blank, blank, blank happens. Until I have $1 million, or until I lose 100 pounds, or until I get that job, or until I get that relationship. Like, it's like you're putting the outcome as the forefront. I won't be happy or secure or satisfied until. And that kind of correspondence does the opposite of what you may intend it to do, because it ends up focusing on how you're not whole and complete now, and that you're in want, which means that you're in lack, which means that you're not focusing on gratitude and abundance of your experience in the present moment. You're putting your happiness in the future only under certain conditions. Does that, you know what I'm saying, Pisces? And so by doing that, you're actually shifting things so that you're going to attract more moments of challenge and frustration. Take it as it resonates. It's funny, sometimes I get comments on the channel that this is all brainwashing, and that, you know, it's an illusion, that it's not reality. So, you know, how can you sort of focus on something that you don't see today? Well, I mean, that's up to you to decide. I think that that's actually how we change our reality. That's how we create reality, is by setting our intentions in the present and embodying what we desire now. That's how it shows up. And so by placing conditions on things like, I'll be happy when, and then you put it into the future, it does something. It shifts it. It shifts it into a place that says, well, I don't have it now. I'm in lack, you know, of whatever it is that you desire. So food for thought, my friends, food for thought. Let's see, what is the future energy here for Pisces? It's the Emperor in reverse. And that's a time where we really don't trust ourselves. The Emperor in reverse is a time where we feel like we can't do something. Like I just said, it's a time where you're putting conditions on things and putting them into the future. Like, I'll be happy when I achieve blank, or I'll feel secure when I achieve blank. When the opposite is actually the truth. Feel secure now and then see what you attract. Feel happy now and see what you attract. Those are the choices that we're seeing, I think, in this Two of Pentacles, where, you know, it's just so interesting, because I feel like this reading brings up a really interesting topic of how to be the creator of your own reality, you know? Like that Emperor in the future energy is confirming that there is still a desire for control. There is a defensiveness. There is still this stubborn energy that is like, it has to be like this. When really, we can lead the circumstance in our reality through confidence, harmony, and surrender and trust. And feeling those things now in the present moment. And so it's very interesting to sort of consider these things. And I think that you're on the cusp of really realizing all of this, because it's about to happen for you right now. Like you're experiencing it right now. Let's see, how does Pisces see themselves in the current energy? You see yourself right now, Six of Pentacles coming through, as I think you see yourself as someone who's in balance. I think you see that it's equal give and take right now in your life, that you're offering and you're receiving. And, you know, it's interesting, Pisces. I think your intentions are to be generous and to be open and receptive as well. And I think what you're focused on is pulling in this Six of Pentacles, which I like for you, because it shows me that, you know, you have this ability to be in the moment. You do, you know, and you may be sort of focused outwardly on certain outcomes, but it feels like in the moment when life is happening, you're in balance, you know, and you're able to sort of give and receive. Like you're not blocking yourself in the moment. It's only when you think about the future that you tend to put your future happiness as a condition based on something happening. But in the moment, when you're truly present, I feel like you're in balance, seeing that Six of Pentacles. Let's see, how do you appear to others? What is the outward reflection of Pisces? Let's see. Nine of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups. So you got the 8 and 9 next to each other in a very well shuffled deck. And the Magician. So other people see you as needing to sort of walk away from things that leave you feeling emotionally unsatisfied, which is how I'm seeing these two cards. So sort of needing to walk away from things that make you feel like that delayed gratification, or that you want instant gratification. Interesting. And so to realize that those kind of emotions are out of balance with creating a life that you desire, when you're like sort of trying to force things into a place that feel satisfying. Seeing the Magician is a confirmation that this conversation is really one that needs to happen about manifestation and about how embodying things in the present moment is what attracts it. So if you're overly focused on what's happening in your present moment as being dissatisfying, that you will ultimately end up carrying the signature or the vibration of dissatisfaction moving into the next moment. Whereas if you sort of see every moment as an opportunity to embody what it is that you do desire, then you may start to notice a shift in the things that you desire show up for you in that space and in that energy, because you're already vibrating at that frequency of whatever it is that you desire. Everything is energy and everything has a vibration. So if you're a vibrational match for what you desire, it'll show up. If you're not a vibrational match for what you desire, you'll get whatever you're a vibrational match for in the end. But it's interesting because that's where I think some people are like, this is not how it works. Reality is reality, and I'm fooling myself if I think I can change it. And that's up to you, right? Like, I think that that's a choice everyone has to make for themselves. But ultimately, when you think of everything as being energy, then it shifts your way of looking at things, because you realize that if you're a vibrational match for something, that's it. It shows up as above, so below, a magician. So I think other people recognize that right now you're in a place where you may be focused too much on something that is making you feel like you have to try to control the situation more than you really need to. I think all you need to do is go within and see where the adjustments within need to take place for your reality on the outside to show up differently. And again, take it as it resonates, right? Let's see, what are the hopes and fears around Pisces right now? Inner strength, confidence. You're hoping for that inner strength. You desire to feel confident and have that inner strength. But I think that the fear is that you're saying to yourself, I can't do it. I can't have it. It's not mine, or it will be mine only if. Like you're placing conditions that go into the future here, Pisces. So seeing that inner strength card, I didn't notice that High Priestess had flipped over with it. So it's almost like there are some messages here from your higher self guiding you to see just how much control you can have over a situation by shifting your belief about yourself in that situation, right? Because that strength card is all about your inner strength to sort of master yourself, in the sense of trusting that there is no obstacle you can't overcome, and that every obstacle is teaching you how to overcome it in the moment. That's why they show up. Obstacles show up to teach us things. And I think seeing these two pages makes me feel like you might have misinterpreted what obstacles are doing. You might think obstacles are some kind of punishment, or that you only get obstacles when you're on the wrong track, when actually obstacles are your greatest teacher, right? So interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the outcome, potential outcome here. That's too many cards. Potential outcome for Pisces in this situation. Potential outcome. No, I don't know. I'm just going to reshuffle, see what's going on here. The deck feels a little bit funny in my hands. Okay, potential outcome here for Pisces. Oh, that fell on the floor. Okay, hang on, let me grab it. There it is. Okay, so we've got two cards. The Ten of Cups in reverse and the Ten of Pentacles upright. So that's so interesting. The outcome here looks like two tens for you, okay? So on one hand, we see a time, again, where I think you're placing conditions. You're saying, I'll only be happy when I feel this security. I'll only be happy once I feel this stability. I'll be happy when. I'll be happy when is not going to get you very far. You know, and it's interesting because I think that seeing these two cards come out, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. It's the Sun in reverse, which says that the outlook is too pessimistic, that you don't think you can have it now. So you're placing a condition on it being in the future. You know, this reading is a really interesting one because it makes me feel like we're examining the idea of manifestation and the idea of transformation and the idea of being the creator of your own reality, and that's going to resonate for some of you, but I think for others of you it's going to be too triggering, because I can see it already being triggering in that Page of Wands. And so take it as it flows. I think you've had similar sort of considerations in the past that have led you to feel some kind of conflict with people, or again feeling triggered by these kind of dialogues and narratives that say that you can change things and that you can you can create the reality that you desire. You know, it seems like we're looking at a situation here where things are about to transform for you. And I think deep knowing just fell out. So I think you have a deep knowing that things are about to transform. And I think ultimately the guidance for you is, you know, don't be angry with the outcome, because it's the one that's in alignment with your energy. So if the outcome isn't pleasing to you, shift within. Shift within and see if it shifts. And it will. Oop, I just knocked the camera. Okay, let's shuffle. That was the card that just came out when I grabbed the deck. For Pisces, to close this reading, highest guidance for Pisces. We got one card out, two cards, and there we go. Okay, let me just grab these for you. Okay, so first card that came out is Soulmates. So this is very interesting. There is some kind of contract that's working its way through your energy right now, Pisces, and it may not be happening how you imagined it, but it's happening as it needs to happen to teach you something big here. It's going to be a big transformation for you. The other card that came out for you is Coming to the Edge. So I think you're starting to get the courage to have this leap of faith and say, what the hell? Let's try things in a different way and see what happens, right? It's very interesting. Now, the other two cards that came out for you, we see Chop Wood, which is a time when it's in reverse to really get grounded in the present moment and to really start to feel that the present moment is the one that has the power in it, that thinking about the future and putting your happiness into the future by a condition that says if, you know, or I'll be happy when, or I'll be happy if, that's not really going to serve you in this moment as an empowering way to change things for yourself. We're also seeing Go the Distance in reverse. So you got quite a few. No other sign got that many. But that makes me feel like this is not the time to give up. And the bottom of the deck is Poised, where we need confidence and courage, and I think you're developing it. You've got card 48 and 47. I just want to mention that. Any other ones here? What's Chop Wood? 42. Yeah, you've got card 41, 42, 43. Holy crow. 41, 42, 43, 47, 48. So you're moving quickly towards something here. So try to surrender the outcome. Try to focus on embodying how it would feel if it all happened right now. If you were to receive everything you desired, how would it feel right now? Embody that feeling regardless of what's happening in your reality in the moment. You know what I mean? Like, be present in your reality, but embody the feeling as if everything you desire is already here. And watch yourself become an energetic match for it. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining me, Pisces. I hope this has been helpful. And I look forward to reading for you again soon, my friends. Take care. I'm sending you so much love.